Hi, my name is Jayoza. I help people so they don't crap on the stage when they're giving a speech. In this video, I'm going to talk about the technique that I use so that I don't crap on the stage. It's not a pretty sight. The idea that I'm going to talk about, or the technique that I'm going to talk about, comes from working with a student named Fabiana, and she's from Brazil. And she's taking this course, Introduction to Public Speaking, and I mentor that course. And she's been asking questions on how she can become a good to great speaker, and she's been recording speeches. So as I've been working with her, I started thinking about that perhaps I should document the technique that I use that can help her and others. So here's the technique that I recommended that she used because I use it. So here's what I do. First thing, pick a subject. Any subject. You own that. Could be on presidential election, could be on Zika virus, could be on anything. Just pick a topic. Then go, what I call the next thing is free thinking. And here where you come up with a lot of ideas, come up with questions on what you want to say. Don't get into the details on exactly what you're going to say. This is just a free thinking session, brainstorming, whatever you want to call it, where you just come up with ideas and questions. Like if you wanted to communicate, how would you do it? Just write down questions. Here's I want to communicate about the president. Try to narrow this focus down, and this will become more evident as you keep doing it. But make it narrow, and then come up with a lot of ideas specific to that. During this process, it can change, so don't get scared. Just because you started out with a high-level topic, you will start narrowing it down because you'll say, wow, this is too broad. I gotta get it more specific. So this is part of that session. So don't have high expectation when you're doing free thinking. That's all free thinking is. It's free. Just let your brain loose and let it run, okay? At some point, you're gonna stop it, depending on the time constraints that you have. The next thing is, from all the things you've jotted down on a paper, or in my case, I have a whiteboard, create an outline. And this will become evident because you have a lot of ideas now. Now you got to take it and sculpt it and turn it into something that you can talk about in an organized way, in an interesting way, okay? But again, don't put a lot of pressure on it. This is still very early. So now create an outline. An outline could be, depending on what kind of speech you're giving. It could be an impromptu, could be an informative speech, or could be a persuasive speech. So this is kind of the process that I use. Let's just say it's an impromptu. So an impromptu could be a one-point impromptu or a two-point impromptu. If it's one point, then take the main idea. That I don't want to confuse people with two, I just want to give them 1 point. That's it. There is only 1 point because I don't have a lot of time. And the people that I'm going to be talking to may not be able to process 2 points. It gets too detailed. I don't want to go into that. I'm just going to give them 1 point. So again, that's going to depend on your particular situation. But everything above that remains the same. Okay? How you use it is up to you, particular to your situation. Okay, so you did that. You got an outline. Created an outline. The next thing is kind of review the outline. So you know exactly what you want to say. And remember, these are ideas you've come up with, so it's not something that you're taking from somewhere and just speaking about it. These are things you've thought about because that's what came out of your free thinking session. Once you have the outline and you've given some thought to it, the next thing I want you to do is what I call free speaking. Record it. Video record it. You can do audio recording first, but I'd say video record it after you've done audio recording. So it's optional on how you want to do it. I would say video record it because a video will show a lot more, because audio will just help you with how you come across with your voice and the content. But I think nowadays technology is so readily available. Just turn on a video camera and record it. Okay? Now the thing here to do is don't worry about how long it is. Don't focus on the time. The important thing to remember here is start it and finish it. Do not stop. Let me repeat that again. Start and finish. If you lose your thought, just keep talking about it. Just say, at this point, I don't know what I'm saying. Hopefully it'll come back. Oh, it came back. Okay, so let me just continue. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of was pretending like I lost my thought. But the point here is that I want you to start and finish it so you have it on the video on what you wanted to say. And remember, you have reviewed the outline, so it may not be flowing well, it may not have good transition, but that's not what you're looking for. You just want to start and finish it so you got all your thoughts out in one video session. That's what the purpose of this is. Okay, once you do that, now you have something that you can tweak. You know, there's a saying that you cannot edit something that you don't write. Similarly, you cannot tweak your speech until you record it. And recording is because it's not just the content, it's your voice, it's your body language, how your hand gestures look, are they consistent with the speech? And when you're free speaking, you're not trying to be perfect. You'll find out that you'll be much looser because this is just free speaking. You just want to get your things that you've written for your outline, and now you want to expand it, but not memorize anything. And that's the whole point. This is free speaking. You're not memorizing. You'll come across very conversationally, if there's a word like that. You're going to talk like you're having a conversation with the camera. Pretend that camera is your friend, somebody who is want to listen, somebody who wants to listen to what you're saying. Okay, so you did that. Then you start viewing it and tweaking it, saying, okay, you know, I need a little better transition here. I need to add more depth here, etc. And then you record your first session. Now this, if it's done to your satisfaction, then that's it, you're done. But one thing to remember here is do not do more than 3 takes. It's not worth it to make it perfect. If you've gone through free speaking, which is not a take, that's just the first thing you got it on the video. After looking at it, you say, okay, now I think I know exactly what tweak here. You record it. Typically in my case, what I find is that since I've been doing this for quite some time, normally after free speaking, I could pretty much do it in 1 take. Unless something just doesn't make any sense. Like right now, this is my first take after I've jotted down. Like I have an outline that's written on the board, and I've kind of went over it. So the free speaking that I did was not on the video because this is something I'm trying to turn around quickly, and there are no real stakes here. At least that's what I think. But I kind of talked to myself in the free speaking. I didn't record it because I wanted to turn this around quickly. So this is really my first take, and as you can see, it's not going to be perfect, and I'm not trying to be perfect. And I just want you to get that across to you, that a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to be perfect. Let me tell you, as I always say to people, my videos, there are only 3 people watching it. There are 2 chickens and a pig in Idaho somewhere that watch my videos. So that's how you have to think about it. Nobody's going to watch it. And if they do, so what? As I always tell people, you can only edit what you write, and people are only going to criticize what you create. So don't get worried about like, oh, but what if it's not perfect? If people are going to criticize, they're going to criticize. If you got a message that's compelling, then that's what drives the deal, okay? That's what drives your speech, not worrying about like people are not going to like it. There are people who are not going to like it. Believe me, I guarantee you that. Okay, so then once you do 3 takes, at that point that's final because you don't want to get consumed by trying to be perfect. So once you do the first take, unless you notice something that you have to change, don't worry about minor problems like, oh, I mispronounced word, my grammar was wrong, or something just didn't feel right. People are not going to notice it, and people expect it, because if you come across like you're enjoying giving a speech and you're conversational, those other points don't really matter. And if they're focusing on that, and they're missing the big picture, so don't worry about that. At this point, you're done. Let's say you did 3 takes. If it gets to 3 takes, you are done. Post it. Boom. Move on. Okay, so let me just review this again quickly. Pick a subject, create a lot of ideas, free thinking, create an outline, review the outline, do a free speaking. After free speaking, tweak it. Do not do more than 3 takes. Post it. Congratulations, you're done. Let me know what you think. And again, let me thank Fabiana for getting me to think about this, because I hadn't thought about this in the detail that I presented just now. So, thank you very much for watching, and let me know what you think.